Hello, I'm Aussie Villain, and welcome to episode 21 of Aussie Clough, our bid to return Nottingham Forest to the top of European football. And since the last episode where we had, of course, the iffy draw, let's say, good comeback second half from Zelaw, wasn't it? But iffy draw against Watford. We've had the 3 games, and you can see things have gone well. Started with a 3-1 win at Reading. We were good without being completely convincing, if I'm honest. You can see Elazar got 2. Curtis Jones, one of our new signings up front, got his first goal for the club, so that was good to see. Then we went and hosted Brentford. You can see again it was 3-1. Again it was Elazar with 2. It was Toth that got the 3rd. We always had an element of control in this game without being completely comfortable, if I'm honest. But you can see we went behind as well, which wasn't ideal. But yeah, came back 3-1. It was, as I said, decent enough win. It went away to Ipswich. Very close game, this one. We needed Elazar to come off the bench to get the winner for us, or to boost the team into the winner. It was Suter and Callum Mosley that got the goals. As I said, we weren't at our best. I tried to rest Elazar. We brought him off the bench, and he got the job done for us after we went behind once again. So not ideal, but not terrible at all. So for the best goals for February, for those in-between episode games, of course, goals a month at the end of the episode, you'll be able to see those. This episode, we've got MK Dons as a warm-up, who are 18th in the league at home, then Sheffield Wednesday, and you'll notice that they're coming second in the league, because there we are, we're top of the league, a point ahead of Sheffield Wednesday. If you look at their recent form, I think they've won 2 of their last 6 games. So they've really dropped off. So we've closed that gap, which is nice, and we have a nice little 9-point gap as well down to the 3rd. So we're looking good for that automatic promotion. This is a team we've got going out against MK Dons. You can see it's Mayor in goal. He has improved a little bit since the debacles of last episode, so a little bit more faith in him. But Aussie Villain, he's Aussie Villain, that's me. Token Aussie is just about 2 weeks away, so we won't see this episode, but he should be back for next episode. So it's Davidson, Sutai, Malakase across the back, the triple towers, of course. We're going with De Silva Lopez down one wing and Joku down the other. Griffith comes in to play midfield with Bobby Mack. Zelaw, fantastic against Watford, wasn't it? He comes in to start with Elazar and Jones. A little bit of bad news in that Louis Mars picked up an injury. You can see he's been out for a little while, still about, again, 2 weeks away. So we're really starting to scrape the bottom of the barrel for strikers, and because of the loan limits, we need players elsewhere. We can't really use Callum Mosley, though I do have a plan to bring him in for the second game against Sheffield Wednesday. So we go 4-4-2 for MK Dons, kind of what we'd expect. Now, they did come up with us this year, so take that for what it's worth. Keep our run going. It's probably a good one, isn't it? And then some calm, we have faith. And that should be enough to hopefully get this job done. Interesting to see how Jones goes up front, really quick. Decent finishing too, actually. Not perfect, but about as good as Callum Mosley. Still training. He's more of a attacking midfielder at the moment, so it's not quite fully up to speed with the goal. Sheffield Wednesday just went ahead there. But yeah, he certainly has the potential, I think, to be a more complete striker as well, because he has sort of more physical slides of penalty. Unbelievable. And Joku just gone in from behind, and a silly foul to commit because he wasn't going anywhere. Now, we've seen Mayor let goals in from everywhere. Can he save a penalty? He hasn't had a face to penalty yet, I don't believe, so this will be interesting. Go on, son. Oh, he got a good save. That's a wonderful save. That was really high up in the corner too, wasn't it? Well, that makes up for some of those goals he's been conceding. We will take that and run. Let's give this a concentrate if we can. We did just give him an encouragement, though. All right. So World Cup, what is happening with that? I'm recording this before the Monday games, but Spain going out to Russia would not have spotted that coming. That's a decent ball for Zelaw to Elazar. Go on, Elazar. Go! Zelaw is supposed to be a winger. Let me just remind you of that. We've converted him into this advanced playmaker, and he just springs past us. Look at that. Speaking of Spain going out, Iniesta would have been proud of that pass. And there we go. Wow. So that's good stuff, but up in front now of MK Dons. So who do you guys think is going to win? I have a sneaky feeling about Croatia. I just think their midfield, Modric and Rakitic, I just think they're a really good team. There's Jones! Oh, just over the bar. I think they could be. I think it could probably be them, and I think probably the winner of England-Colombia will probably play Croatia in the semi-final. But I don't know, Sweden and Switzerland are both decent sides, aren't they? They've both beaten some good teams already to get this far, so it's going to be interesting. That's not good defending, and that's not good goalkeeping. 1-1. Let's give it a concentrate. I don't think I actually clicked anything there. We're back down to second in the league, which doesn't really matter at this point. Still a long way to go. I think there's still 12 games to go, and really the goal is top 2, isn't it? Whether we finish, we had a chance to win it a couple of times there. That is, who's that? Just got caught out of position. Davidson. Just never got back from that first header from the goal kick, did he? So we've given them a concentrate. We're looking a little bit nervous now. My plan for next game is basically to rest one of the Twin Towers. We'll put Cox in back there, and then we can play Mosley up front with Elazar is the plan. But we'll see how that goes. Oh, another decent attempt of pass there from Zelo. He'll retrieve that though. Gets it out nice and wide for De Silva Lopez. Can he get that cross in? He can. Elazar is there. Elazar Jones. Goal! I'm not sure if that was an intentional knockdown or not from Elazar, but another sweeping ball from Zelor. Decent crossing. Now, was this an intended knockdown? Yeah, we'll probably give him that. I'll give that as a knockdown. Well done, Elazar, and nicely finished by Jones. Is it Corley? I can't even remember. I cannot remember his name. If it's Callum Jones. No, I think it's Callum Jones. We'll have a look in a second. But it's another chance now. Zelor on the ball. He's absolutely running this game, isn't he? Bobby Mack out for De Silva Lopez could not go much closer. Now, what is this guy's name? Caleb? Curtis Jones. I'll forget that by the end of the game, but Curtis Jones. See, like, how is his match rating only a 6.7? He's been absolutely wonderful in the highlights we've seen. 2-1. We definitely deserve to be in front, don't we, looking at those match stats? But, yeah. 2-1, still not on a knife edge, isn't it? And Sheffield Wednesday, they got the Sheffield derby and they're up by 1. Swansea's in third, and they had the early kickoff. They've already won. We're going to have to give them a... You've played well, but there's still room for improvement, I think. We'll go through some individual team talks here. We'll edit that out, and we'll come back for the second half. All right, just a small tactical tweak as well. I've told them to exploit the flanks a little bit more. De Silva Lopez especially was in quite a bit of space several times in that half. So we'll try and exploit the flanks a little bit more to see if we can get some more out of that. But yeah, see how this goes. The question for you guys too, if you let me know in the comments, if there's anything you want to see more or less of on the channel. I do have plans to get sort of a good camera and a green screen so that you can sort of see me as I'm playing. I'm sure my facial expressions are hilarious to watch. So that's in the works. Just with this new laptop, it's an expensive piece of kit that took a lot of saving. So yeah, that's sort of in the plan. I need to get a microphone as well before I can do that, because the headset with this mic that I have to wear is very resemblant of the Simpsons episode where Lisa gets those monstrosity of braces. That's pretty much the sort of thing I have strapped to my head. So I don't think anybody wants it. Well, I don't want anyone to see that. You probably would love to see it. There's a good ball for Elazar. A wonderful ball from Griffiths there, wasn't it? Just tapped it through into the pass of Elazar, and the on-rushing keeper had nothing he could do about it. Look at this pass, first time too. Hints of offside maybe from Elazar, but the ref's given it. There's no VAR check, so we are good to go. Now we can, that 3-1, 2-goal lead. We've given them a concentrate. We can potentially look at, I know he's on a hat trick, and I don't like taking players off when they're on a hat trick, but we have a really, really big game coming up against Wednesday, so we might just look to rest Elazar. Is there anything else we want to do here? Griffiths is probably not going to play the next game because we need to bring Joyce in, so we won't worry about that. I'm tempted potentially to give Cox a run for some match sharpness, but we won't do that just now. We'll just bring Jordan Sawyer on. Everybody else is looking okay, aren't they? Griffiths is looking tired, but that's okay. We'll just give them another concentrate here to get us home. And look at the 16 shots to 8. You cannot say we don't deserve to be in front in this game. Given the relative places in the league, you would expect us to be in front as well. Like if Sawyer can find Zelo, he could be in here. Zelo, go on, son. Oh, he's gone out for interesting choice. And Joku's got to do for Zelo! Well, that goal was 100% deserved. He didn't fancy it on the first time shot. I thought he'd made a mistake, but who am I to question Zelo? Look at that ball, and then just ghosts in at the near post, finishes it beautifully. Look at that, and Jokio and Zelo both giving it to the... I'm not sure if it's aimed at the fans or at MK Dons, but either way, 4-1. That's a dominant win that I think we've deserved. Now, can we put a little cherry on the cake here? Griffiths knocks it in. Davidson, no, back post. It's headed away. Is that it? That's 3 minutes of stoppage time done, and done. There we go. 4-1. Standing ovation from the fans. I think we deserve that. Wonderful performance. I think we'll just tell them so much, actually, because I'm pretty happy with the way that, especially the way that second half went. So we stay top of the league. I'm assuming Sheffield Wednesday ended up winning. They did. They ended up going 2-0 up in that game. And we still have Huddersfield. That's now 11 points. Is it? No, still 9 points. Maths. Stay in school, kids. All right, Les Lloyd, this is another GNC Australian. I've been scouting Australians. Decent striker that we're potentially looking to bring in on a free. I think even if we don't play him and just sell him on. Look at that dribbling. So that's one to look forward to there, but he's injured himself in the game, it looks like. I think we have an issue with a work permit for him, which could be a stumbling block. Oh! This is something we should have mentioned. We have our new youth intake. Now, if we just have a look at the candidates for this, we'll sign recommended players. But if I'm being honest, there wasn't too much there. There may have been one. The 15-year-old. This could be him here. Harvey Walker. Sort of 3-4 star potential. Could be okay, couldn't he? If we're honest, passing's okay and vision is okay. But I'm not sure that there's too much else there. No, he was already at the club, Jordan Thomas, wasn't he? Yeah, decent again, but I don't know that there's too much there. I do like to name the Academy products after you guys. If there's someone that wants to have Harvey Walker named after them, by all means, either leave a comment, get me on Twitter at AussieVillain, and I can look to do that for you. But I'm not completely convinced that there's not too much there. We need to invest in our youth if and when we get promoted. But wait right there, and we will be back for Sheffield Wednesday. Massive top of the table clash. Okay, welcome back, and here it is, what has to be our biggest game of the season, doesn't it? A win here, 4 points clear, top of the table, with what that would be at that point, 10 games to go. Oh, it doesn't bear thinking about. And these are the teams we are sending out. It's more or less the same, just a few changes, as I said. So it's Mayer continuing in goal. Cox comes in for Davidson, along with Sutar and Malakase. Scando comes in to play down the left. Silva Lopez has picked up a knock as well, so he's not actually even on the bench. And Jockey will keep him going down the right. We have Toth second half, so he probably get tired, so we might need to make that change. Joyce comes in for Griffiths, along with Bobby Mack in midfield. How could we drop Zieler after that last performance? He is behind Elazar and Callum Mosley, who comes in for Curtis. I remembered, Curtis Jones. I almost said Kobe Jones, I'll be honest, almost said Kobe Jones. For 4-4-2 again for that Matty Virtue, formerly of our parish at Villa. He was a decent player, he's got to be getting on a bit now. 28, no, he's not that old, is he? But did like Matty Virtue, just never quite established himself, did he? If you've been with us from the start. Jamario, let's prove a point. We're away from home. I think is there a calm do it for the fans? Let's give the fans a performance they're expecting. I'm not really sure why we're considered favourites for this game. Sheffield Wednesday, I think, were a Premier League club last year. And if not, they certainly have been in the Premiership longer than we have. Okay, here we go. Can we raid Hillsborough and come back with 3 points? To be honest, coming back with a point wouldn't be bad. We'd still be top of the league. But as we know, we do not play for a point, because if you do that, you tend to lose anyway. So let's see what we can do. We're attacking as always. We attacked against Premier League Chelsea away from home, so why would we not attack against someone in our own division? Bobby Mack's on a little bit of a break here. Not the best pass, though. I can see what he was trying to do there, trying to get Callum Mosley in. But yeah, not the best pass. Evenish game, tight game, isn't it? No shots on goal as of yet. Possession, they're shading it, but yeah, it's not. We'd like a little bit more than 40% of the ball, wouldn't we, as the game goes on? Let's give it another encourage. A little bit light on highlights. All right, here comes a corner. Can we defend it? We're lacking a little bit of height. Oh no, it looked too easy. Matty Virtues, come back to haunt us. That looked like it was a little bit too easy. We'll have a look at the replay, but I don't know that that was necessarily Cox's fault. He's come in from deep, and we just have not picked him up. All right, so we'll have to give it. Do we give it an encourage, a push forward? Maybe I don't want to say demand more. Though maybe we should, because match ratings there aren't fantastic. We'll start to look a little bit frustrated. We're not connecting with headers. It's all going a little bit wrong, isn't it? Let's give it a demand more coming into halftime and see if we'll come back into possession now. It's turning into an even game. Just conceding from a set piece is just silly, isn't it? Just silly stuff. All right, so not good enough, I'm going to say. We have a couple here. If they're motivated, we can passionately tell them there's more to come. That didn't really work as I'd hoped. Elizage, again, didn't really work. Usually that does work, so things are going horribly wrong. Fantastic. We'll give this 5-10 minutes, see if we get any sort of reaction in the second half, and if not, we'll try and change things. One thing we could potentially look at doing is exploiting the flanks a little bit. Can we get that ball back? No. Sheffield Wednesday are a good team. We shouldn't be forgetting that. But we're ahead of them in the league. It is away from home, though, so I'm getting my excuses ready for the post-game press conference here, aren't I? Can we get a foot in there? Njoku, can you win that? No. No, it's just... There we go. Njoku's won that one. Zelor's on the ball. When Zelor hasn't got his touch, you start to worry a little bit because he was so good last game. He's very inconsistent, though, isn't he? You have one really good game and then kind of fall off a cliff a little bit. That's a decent header from Cox. There we go. We're onto that. Mosley with Zelor. Can he pick one of his wonderful passes? No, it's a short one instead. Joyce to Bobby Mack. Bobby Mack for Zelor. Can Zelor now pick one? He's got two men on him. He's not picking his passes, though, is he? We should be able to get that, though, back. We do. Zelor. Third time's a charm, son. No, he's gone for Joyce instead. Joyce with a nice pass for Callum Mosley. Go! Now that pass was good, but what about the little step off the defender and that first time finish from Callum Mosley? Watch this run, just ducks in behind, one touch, bang, pick that out. That's a good goal. 1-1 back in the game. Everybody's looking frustrated. Everyone's looking motivated now. Bobby Mack on a card, not having his best game. We do have Brunt on the bench. I'm wondering if that might be a sensible move. Because what we can do is we can just switch those two around, sort of release Joyce to get a little bit more forward. Louis Brunt, he's better at defensive playmaker, so we'll do that. And what we can potentially look at doing as well is we could bring Tilly on. Zelor's not having his best game. Let's defend this throw in first. Is that Alexander Lookman? Njoku, I thought he was going to give me another penalty there. Oh, clear it, please. Foot through it. There we go. Elizage, can he win that ball? Just the two defenders on him. Go on, can we get the foot in that? No. We just seem to be a little bit second to everything, don't we? Now, highlights can be a little bit misleading, but Joyce is horribly out of position there. Back in. Well done, Scando. All right, Mayor, let's see what you got. Suter out to Cox, building it nicely from the back. It's gone for Joyce. Over for Elizage. What's he got? Maybe just one. Yeah, keep the ball. Zelor goes for a raking pass for Callum Mosley. Oh, he's offside. I did look at the linesman briefly. I think he did go a little bit early, but that's good to see Zelor getting another one of his Iniesta passes away rather than one of his, I don't know, who can't pass a ball. That's a controversial statement. I'm not even gonna answer that question because I will annoy someone. So we'll bring Tilly on for Zelor. Just not his day today. He was brilliant against MK Dons, just not quite at it today. That means we can play Joyce as his advanced playmaker that he prefers. We know Tilly's capable of making a difference, and that is that change made. Njoku's looking tired, also not having his best game. We do have Toth on the bench. This might be one for him. Let's see what comes of this though. Joyce for Tilly. Tilly, nice ball through for Elazar. There's got to be a penalty for Tilly. Oh, inside of the post. First things first, that looked a penalty, but Tilly just could not find what was in the end a bit of a not a difficult finish. Okay, so let's make that change. Toth for Njoku. It's 2 games in 3 days, I think it is. So he's going to be tired, and we know Toth is a decent attacking outlet. Elazar is not having his best game, but we're out of subs, so he's going to have to just try and suck it up. Let's give it an encourage. We've been the better team. Look at this. We've been all over him. Oh, no. Come on, boys. Let's clear this, please. Concentrate. 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 Can we clear it? We can. We can't quite get onto it, though. Callum Mosley's had a quiet game, hasn't he? Just popped up with that 1 goal, almost with a second when he was offside there. But otherwise, I don't think we've seen much. Oh, Toth. Heavy touch. Can Elazar win that? He can. Down for Tilly. Bit of a chance to build here. Referee's in the way, but we've kept the ball. Toth. Oh, I don't think that was Toth. That was Joyce, wasn't it? Again, Callum Mosley just can't quite get onto there. But both our strikers that we have on the field right now, we know that they can just pop up with a goal. They're really, really good quality. Oh, no! Adoma Lookman. Okay, so we're going to need to change things. We're going to have to push up, play wide, exploit the flanks, all the good stuff. Much higher tempo. We're already on fluid. Have to get stuck in, close them down, roam from positions. We'll have to go maybe more mixed passing as well. Ah, no. I don't know what to make of that. It was not... Scando's just been caught upfield, perhaps. Lookman's just knocked it past the defender. And there we go. Oh, that's so disappointing. Look at how many chances we've had. 4 minutes to find something, anything. Push forward, boys. Push forward. It's too late. Ah, so disappointing. Match ratings weren't terrible. We weren't completely at our best. Cox didn't have a great game. You wonder if we played Davidson, if that would have made a difference. We weren't good enough. I think we have to say that. We have to reiterate that apparently to Cox as well, because no reaction. Well, there we go. We're back to second. We're now only 6 points ahead of Huddersfield in third. We lose top spot. We were there for what was nice while it lasted, wasn't we? We were there for 2 games, so that's okay. Njoku's he injured? No, just a training report. Okay, well that's it for this episode though, guys. So thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed that, a thumbs up. If you're new, make sure you're subscribing, because we could be in the Premier League next year. But next episode, I think the big game, it's Huddersfield, isn't it? Third in the league. If we win that, then you'd say it's the season drawing to a close. It starts to look good. If we lose, then it's going to be squeaky bum time. So next episode, that'll be on Thursday. We'll come back. We'll do Sheffield United as a warm-up, and then Huddersfield Town as the main course. So make sure you come back to join me for that. But until then, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching, and here are some of our best goals from February. We'll see you next time. Take care.
Life's a foolish game. Do you ever